The biggest lie told to people over 70 is that aging means losing control of your own life. And worse, that depending on your children, or ending up in a nursing home, is just a matter of time. But what if it's actually the opposite? What if this is the most powerful time of your life, the only stage where you can finally choose to live on your own terms, without asking for permission? It may sound bold to say this, but it's the truth no one has had the courage to tell you, until now. Believe it, it's not age that takes away your freedom. It's all the small yes you say every day out of fear of seeming fragile. Have you noticed how everything around you seems designed to make you feel incapable? From ads to well-meaning advice, it all pushes you toward dependence. But here's a bold idea: your independence doesn't end with age. It fades when you stop protecting it. In this video, I'll show you 5 simple, yet powerful, actions that can change how you live now and in the years ahead. So go ahead and subscribe, and leave a like. It doesn't matter if you live alone or surrounded by people. It doesn't matter if you feel strong or vulnerable. The independence you're looking for starts on the inside. And it can be rebuilt through small, almost invisible details. In just a few minutes, you'll begin to see what's been hidden in plain sight. 2 seniors. Same age, same city, same retirement income. One of them spends the day tending to a garden, grocery shopping, and choosing what to eat. The other lives in a room where everything has a schedule: when to wake up, when to eat, even when to talk. The difference isn't luck or genes. The real turning point lies in the quiet choices made after age 70. And most people don't realize that until it's too late. At 70, you don't need more care, you need more autonomy. Freedom should never be traded for complete safety, because that exchange often comes with silence, boredom, and emotional emptiness. The good news is, there are simple yet powerful decisions that push dependence away and bring dignity closer. We're not talking about miracles. We're talking about habits. And the first one starts before you even get out of bed. There's a silent idea that many people carry after turning 70, that from a certain age on, it's only natural to be taken care of. But what if we flip that? What if, instead of surrendering to dependence, you chose to protect your freedom as your most precious asset? Autonomy isn't a gift, it's something you build. And here's the interesting part: the more you protect your freedom, the more it protects you. This is the kind of shift that can completely change the course of aging. Most people don't notice it, but giving up small daily decisions, like what to eat, when to wake up, or what to wear, is the first quiet step toward losing your identity. Dependence starts almost invisibly. A little help here, a little there, and suddenly, you're living by someone else's schedule. Maintaining control over your own routine, even the small things, is one of the pillars of emotional independence. And those who don't realize this in time often pay a heavy price. This isn't about rejecting support, it's about protecting your ability to choose. Every time you make a decision, even a small one, you're sending your brain a powerful message: I'm still in charge. And that has real effects on your mental health, your self-esteem, and even your physical energy. That's why seniors who keep making their own choices tend to have more clarity and vitality. Independence is like a muscle: if you don't use it, you lose it. And here comes one of the most powerful, and most overlooked, tips for anyone who wants to live well after 70. It has nothing to do with medication, diets, or exercise. It's about something much more subtle: the way you organize your days and protect your decisions. Because that conscious structure is what shields you from invisible dependence. And that brings us to the first practical habit that transforms your mind, even before it affects your body. Practical tip number 1: strengthen the mind before the body. Have you ever thought of it this way? Maybe your freedom after 70 depends less on your body, and much more on your mind. Many people worry about physical strength, joints, or balance. But what truly undermines autonomy isn't the lack of muscles. It's when the mind slowly fades in silence. Without clarity, even getting out of bed becomes a challenge. And that's when dependence begins, quietly, and almost unnoticed. Harvard University studies reveal something powerful: seniors with an active mental routine are 30% less likely to need long-term care. That's no coincidence. When the brain is stimulated, it responds with more focus, more energy, and more desire to live. Have you ever tried reading something new in the morning, just to spark your thinking? Sometimes, a simple daily habit is all it takes to keep your independence intact for years. And we're not talking about hard challenges. Training your mind can be light and enjoyable. You can write down your memories, answer deep questions, listen to a podcast, or talk about something outside your daily routine. What matters is pushing your brain out of autopilot. Have you ever noticed how a good conversation can awaken long-forgotten emotions? That's mental health in action. And the more you do it, the more your brain understands you're still in control. And when your mind is active, your body follows. Your sleep improves, your energy comes back, even your desire to go out returns. Strengthening the mind first is like turning on the light before cleaning a room. Everything becomes clearer. And once it's clear, the next step becomes easier. Now that you understand the power of thought, it's time to talk about movement. But not just any kind. A kind of movement that protects your independence in surprising ways. Think about it. What if most of the advice you've heard about aging is actually wrong? Let's start with one of the biggest myths: avoiding risk is always best after 70. Sounds logical, but always avoiding challenges also means your brain stops being stimulated. And without challenges, it weakens. The truth is, facing small daily decisions, like going out alone or solving problems, helps your brain stay sharp. And that keeps dependence away. Another common myth: eating less and moving less is just normal in old age. The truth is, that speeds up decline. Your body still needs real nutrition and gentle, consistent movement. We're not talking about running or lifting weights, but getting up, stretching, walking inside the house, doing chores with rhythm. Have you noticed how a motionless day slows down everything, even your thinking? The mind and body move together. If one stops, the other slows down too. And here's an even more dangerous myth: it's better to accept help with everything, to avoid effort. The truth? Accepting help all the time also chips away at your independence, often without you noticing. Have you ever found yourself being helped with something you could still do on your own? That weakens self-confidence. Of course, support is important, but only when it's truly needed. The secret lies in balance: what you can still do, you should keep doing. These three truths alone can completely shift the course of life after 70. They prove that the real problem isn't your age, it's in the small daily compromises we make without even noticing. And that's where one of the most ignored, yet most liberating, practices comes in. It has nothing to do with food or movement. It has everything to do with one powerful word many people avoid out of fear of seeming selfish. But this one word can protect your independence more than anything else. Even if you ignore all the previous tips, but embrace this final one, you'll already be years ahead of those still living in quiet dependence. The most powerful lesson to protect your freedom after 70 is learning to say no, even to the people you love. It may sound simple, but that word is the line that separates true freedom from quiet submission. At 70, you no longer need to please anyone. You need to protect your peace. Saying no is an act of courage. It takes back control over your schedule and your decisions. How many times have you given up on what you wanted just to avoid conflict or not hurt someone's feelings? That response, though well-intentioned, can slowly steal your autonomy and emotional well-being. Real freedom begins the moment you put your boundaries first, and that's a gift only you can give yourself. Start small. Refuse what no longer serves you. Respect your time, your energy, your wants. Every time you say no, you're taking a step toward reconnecting with yourself, reaffirming your value, and reminding the world that, no matter your age, you're still the main character in your story. You don't owe anyone anything, except the right to live with dignity and self-respect, in the way you choose. And if you're ready for that challenge, know this: you're standing at the beginning of something powerful. This one small word can not only transform your life, it can also change how others treat and relate to you. The secret to long-term independence lies in knowing when to say no, and saving your yes for the things that truly nourish your freedom and joy. Dona Elvira is 78 years old and has lived alone in her home for over a decade. She could have followed the usual path, letting her family decide what was best for her, but she chose something different. She created a simple list called her Freedom Rules, which she uses every day to stay in charge of her life. These rules are made up of small decisions that ensure no one else takes control of her routine or her well-being. What makes Dona Elvira's story so inspiring is that she didn't become dependent or isolated. On the contrary, she lives with autonomy, makes her own choices, and maintains a vibrant and meaningful routine. And the heart of her method lies in rule number 3, a detail that seems small at first, but has the power to transform how you experience both aging and freedom. She says that every morning she uses a simple trick that keeps her balanced, mentally and physically. It's not a medication. It's not an intense workout. It's something easy and accessible, something you can start doing today. Dona Elvira swears that this small habit is what keeps her feeling clear-headed and in control, even as she faces the natural challenges of age. It's a ritual that strengthens autonomy and brings fresh purpose to each day. Her story proves something vital: aging well doesn't depend on luck or big resources. It depends on a personal decision, the decision to value your freedom, even if it means going against what others think is right. And if you want to understand that trick, and learn how to apply her rules in your life, stay with me. What comes next may open your eyes to possibilities you've never considered. In my opinion, the most alarming thing is how all of this connects to what we're living today. So many people accept the loss of independence as something inevitable, a destiny that comes with age. But that doesn't have to be true for you. The real challenge is realizing that, even in the face of difficulties, it's still possible to take the reins of your own life and stay in control of your path. It's natural to feel afraid of the unknown, especially when it comes to aging. But the greatest risk lies in becoming too comfortable and giving up your freedom. Every decision you make, even the smallest one, has the power to build a lighter, more meaningful life filled with autonomy. The secret is to act now, to protect your space, honor your limits, and refuse to let fear make your choices for you. Independence doesn't mean isolation or rejection. It means having the power to decide how you want to live, who you want to be around, and what you want to do, on your time, in your way. That freedom is your right, and it should be protected every single day. It all begins with the awareness that you can be the main character in your own story, no matter how old you are. Inside you is a deep strength, often underestimated, that can completely change your life. The courage to change habits, set boundaries, and find new paths is an act of self-love. Aging with autonomy takes care, yes, but it also takes determination. And believe me, every step you take in that direction brings a reward that goes far beyond the physical. It's an emotional and spiritual victory. That's why you shouldn't wait to reclaim your independence. The time is now. The decisions you make from this point forward will shape the quality of the life you live. You deserve to age with dignity, with freedom, and with joy. And that choice, that power, is already in your hands. The ability to change is in you. All it takes is the first step. Now that you've heard these key tips for staying independent after 70, I want to hear from you. Which one spoke to you the most? Leave a comment below with your experience, the city you're from, or a challenge you're facing in your journey toward autonomy. Your story might help someone else going through the same thing. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share, because more people deserve to know that freedom in later life is possible, and it's within reach. Let's build a strong community together, one where aging with dignity is a real and powerful choice.